Good afternoon, Robert Scribbler. It is August 29th, 2018. Thank you for joining me for another climate change and clean energy video blog. Now for this segment, I am going to talk about some new legislation, Senate Bill 100, that is now making its way through California's legislature and that recently passed the state assembly on its way to final legislative hurdles and being signed by California Governor Jerry Brown, which would commit California to a 100% renewable energy powered electrical grid. Now, it's worth noting that this would be a major step forward for clean energy commitments for the United States. But before I get into that, I would just like to talk a bit about the present state of play for 100% clean energy powered grid commitments or clean energy commitments by cities, counties, and states across the U.S. as recorded by the Sierra Club, which is promoting a 100% renewable energy campaign. And 100% renewable energy commitments are a very positive way to face down human-forced climate change and tamp down greenhouse gas emissions. So, according to the Sierra Club, 73 cities have already committed to 100% renewable energy, with a number of cities, including Aspen, Burlington, Georgetown, Greensburg, Kodiak Island, and Rockport, already achieving 100% renewable energy power from electricity. Now, a number of counties, a total of 9, have also committed to 100% renewable energy, and the state of Hawaii was the first state to commit to a statewide goal of 100% renewable electricity by 2045. It's worth noting that the population of Hawaii and the energy usage of Hawaii is much smaller than that of California. So if California's clean energy, 100% clean energy or 100% renewable energy commitment for its grid goes through, it would be a major breakthrough for California. Environmental organizations like the Sierra Club and 350.org have been promoting 100% clean energy campaigns for states and cities and communities for a number of years. And 350.org is celebrating the State Assembly passage of this bill as a major achievement. But it's worth noting that it still requires a second legislative hurdles, and it also requires signing by Governor Jerry Brown. Now, if it does pass both the second legislative hurdles and is signed by Jerry Brown, this would be a major step forward. But just passing the State Assembly is already a major milestone. It's worth noting that clean energy promoters and environmentalist organizations are really fired up about this bill, and there is a lot of support coming from clean energy advocates. I'd just like to note that Senate Bill 100 calls for hitting a 60% renewable energy grid-powered target by 2030 and an interim target of 50% by 2026 before hitting the final target of 100% by 2045. The State Assembly passed the bill by a margin of 43 in favor versus 32 against, which is a pretty good margin for this bill. So yet another advancement by California on the clean energy front. And I'd just like to add that if any state or city or community wishes to resist the harmful policies being pushed by Republicans in Congress and primarily by the Trump administration, which is strangely in the present day trying to reinvigorate the largest carbon emitters and push for policies that emit carbon even as environmental damages from human forced climate change ramp up, they can also follow the example of California State Assembly and commit to 100% clean energy targets. And if California does commit to this, it will set a precedent for a number of other states, hopefully with other states to follow. So a major advancement for clean energy policy in a very large state, in a very important state, hopefully one that will pass second legislative hurdles and get signed by Governor Jerry Brown, because we really need to get moving on clean energy and cutting carbon emissions, and 100% clean energy targets for electricity generation are particularly important as it sets also a commitment for shutting down harmful coal and natural gas emissions, which greatly contribute to human-caused climate change. Thank you for joining me, and I'll be chatting with you soon.